Hello, everyone, and welcome to my podcast, Raw in Wonderland. In today's episode, we're talking about something we all struggle with from time to time: procrastination, or as I like to call it, the art of delaying life itself. So, grab your coffee and let's dive into this important yet very relatable topic. Before we start, let me tell you a little story. Once upon a time, there was a guy named Mark. Mark had a long to-do list, endless really. Every morning, he would look at it and feel overwhelmed. There were things he wanted to do, things he needed to do, but he just couldn't bring himself to start. One Sunday morning, Mark decided, today is the day. I'm staying home and I'm getting everything done. Sounds familiar, right? But instead of starting, he made coffee and opened social media. Hours passed. He went for a walk, met a friend, and had coffee again. And before he knew it, the day was over. His list still untouched. And Mark, he felt guilty and frustrated with himself. This, my friends, is what we call procrastination. A sneaky little habit that creeps into our lives when we least expect it. Procrastination can be defined as delaying tasks without a valid reason, even when we know it's important to do them. It's not just about being lazy, it's about feeling stuck in a cycle where we want to act but somehow we just don't. We've all been there, but what happens when procrastination becomes a habit? When we procrastinate regularly, it affects our mental and emotional well-being. Here are a few ways procrastination impacts our lives. Our success rates drop. We feel guilt and restlessness. Our stress levels increase, which can weaken our immune system. We drift away from both short-term and long-term goals. And most importantly, it affects our self-confidence. It's a vicious cycle. The more we procrastinate, the worse we feel. The worse we feel, the more we procrastinate. So, how do we break free from this cycle? Let me share some practical tips with you. First one is awareness. First, notice the pattern. Ask yourself, what do I keep delaying and why? Recognizing the loop is the first step to breaking it. 2. Self-observation. Observe your behavior. For example, when you delay a task, how does it make you feel? What's the cost of procrastination for you? Answering these questions will help you reflect and take action. 3. Don't wait for motivation. Here is the truth. Motivation is overrated. We often think we need to feel inspired to start something, but you won't always feel like doing it. Action leads to motivation, not the other way around. 4. Simplify. Break your tasks into smaller and manageable steps. Instead of saying, I'm gonna clean the whole house, start with one room or even one shelf. Simplifying makes tasks less overwhelming. 5. Start. The hardest part is getting started. But once you start, you realize it's not as difficult as you thought before. Just remember, starting isn't enough. It's about consistency. Patience and repetition will get you to the finish line. And the last tip is about self-compassion. You can't overcome procrastination overnight. Be kind to yourself. Celebrate small victories. And if you slip up, forgive yourself. It's a process and you're doing your best. So, my dear friends, procrastination is a part of being human. But the key is to recognize when it starts to control your life and take small, consistent steps to break free from it. Remember, it's not about doing everything perfectly. It's about progress, not perfection. Until next time, stay curious, stay kind, and don't procrastinate too much. Bye, guys!